We're back with Riddle School 4, and you know, this one he put all his hard work into. You know, he put, like, this is the longest game ever. We're in college. You know, you really gotta up the ante here. You know, let's just jump right into it. You know. Yeah, this intro gonna be a little hint to something that's gonna happen later on. Analyzing, process complete. Riddle School 4, let go. We're in college now. Things are serious. We gotta get out of here. Hey, look, it's Chubb's dad. We can't even click on him. It's really windy out. Oh, we got our boy Diz. Remember that poster? Smiley, Zach. Yo, Zach, you got hair now? Let's go. Fred's not here though. Oh, we got Greg though in vote 5. Got the thermostat. Don't bend the rulers. Trash can. Well, you know, homage to the first game. Let's click the pencil sharpener. Oh. Yep, we just die. We just die in the 4th game. And I think I was like so sad when this came out, like because I was really young. Now I understand, like, yeah, like sometimes you just can't work on something. Phil's teacher, Mr. Munch, was the original architect of Riddle University. The school was built above a long pit of lava that he himself dug near an active underwater volcano. His plan to murder Phil Eggtree to forever rid him of this world succeeded. And no one cared. Every other student at Riddle University would eventually die from car wrecks, old age, and unforeseen disasters. Each one on their deathbed, whispering their final message. You can tell, like, he really didn't want to make other games. Ending process. Huh, did he change that? Pretty sure it was a different quote. Stay tuned after the credits to see your time, Lego. Oh yeah, this is more just Jonacro. Yeah. Planner, yep. Jonacro, what a talented man. I would play more of his games, but I'm not a fan of horror. I know he did One Night of Flumpties, which is basically just Five Nights at Freddy's parody. But, you know, if he made other games that are similar to this is more my style, maybe I'd play it. Yeah, I wonder if he still has the video of his I guess like director's note or whatever, like his commentary on the thing. Because I remember watching that and being like, well, he really did not care about that. Or I mean, yeah, like, it makes sense. Oh, he even added that access thing. Ooh, failed. Phil Eggtree offline. Let's go. Dream chair logout detected. Beginning transmission. Wow, he really changed that. I remember, like, he sounded like really like, I'm not making another game. No more. Not it for me. You've also unlocked real fun facts, special features, now available on the main menu. Oh, we should have looked at the other fun facts. Oh no, we can look at special features. Okay, real fun facts. Time to make, like 2 days. Frame rate, frames. Click here to see fake fun facts. Okay, let's look at the fake fun facts first. I made this finale to the Riddle School series because I've probably gotten more messages in my Newgrounds PM inbox and more comments on my user page blog post about Riddle School 4 than anything else. I said I was never going to make this game, but that was simply a diversion until I finally unleashed this beast. And now that it's out, I'm certain I won't make any more. Over, what is it? 10,000. You couldn't do it. Over 9,000 do it. Real fun facts. no more than 5,000. Well, rooms are not when accessible. I remember when I went to San Diego Comic-Con for the first time back in 2008, Tom Fulp asked me if I had plans to make a Riddle School 4, to which I said something along the lines of, I'm thinking about making a fourth one. At some point after I started making it, I lost motivation, and at the same time, people started making urgent requests for a fourth game. So I decided, even though I told my fans I'd never make the game, that I'd go ahead and make this. As I type this now, I have no clue what the reaction of the Newground public will be, but I hope they enjoy playing it as much as I enjoyed making it. I laughed so hard. I think I remember him saying, like, he released it on April Fool's Day, like April 1st, and he didn't mean to, it was just an accident. People really thought it was an April Fool's joke, and he's like, nope, this is real. This is real life, guys. Special features. Oh yeah. Oh, we got new commentary on this. Projected lives of all the characters, predictions of what happened to every character in the world of Riddle School 4. The projected lives of all the characters. Note, these are merely predictions based on collection data and may not be accurate. Fred Whistler. Fred didn't really like school, but he thought it was wise to stay in school anyway and make the best grades he could while not doing very much. He grew up and took many effortless occupations such as music conductor, substitute teacher, and abstract artist. One day he fell asleep, face for innovative pain. You can guess what happened. Doing nothing, doing something. Smiley Sunday. Oh yeah, I guess they just like gave them last names now too. I have gender, female, education, distraction. Smiley had a legitimately good life. She managed perfect hundreds in every one of her college classes and had a long-lasting career in biomedical sciences. She got married to the perfect man who just so happened to have a smile as smiley as hers. They spent the rest of their days together living happily in a treehouse in a beautiful forest. Is that Kelvin? Male, anything not cold, freezing its eyes. Zach was so determined not to be cold anymore that he bought a plane ticket to the tropics midway into his first year of college, right above a volcanic island. The plane ran into a bad bit of turbulence and Zach ended up crashing through the window. He fell into an erupting volcano and froze to death. Ricky! Favorite thing collecting? Getting stuck. Ricky dropped out of high school wishing he hadn't paid so much attention to collecting stuff. He was mugged in a dark alley and woke up trapped in a smelly dumpster. Nobody ever found him. 5. Designing t-shirts, being unjustly sued. 5 sold t-shirts online for a living, and his talent was eventually realized by a big graphic design company. He made the mistake of asking for a slightly large sum of money, and the company ripped him off and sued him. 5 was put in jail for the next 5 years, and not once for the rest of his life did he have enough money to sue them back. Oh, Bob. Dusting, idiots. 5's dad. I guess he is 808. He insisted on being the janitor at Riddle Elementary School because he loved to clean so much, until his son was unfairly sued by a big t-shirt designing company. He realized he would need a better paying job. Ended up being a garbage boy in France. He was having so much fun that he forgot his son existed. Criticizing cheesy pencils. The janitor was locked in his own closet in Riddle Middle School. Wow. One day, not long before the school closed down and was replaced with a new one, he ate his mop, drank his dirty mop water, and nibbled on his hat as he was stuck in the darkness of the closet. The last sound he ever heard was the sound of a wrecking ball smashing the walls. Male unclogging toilets, whatever clogs them. The janitor of Riddle High School, he claimed he could hear a pipe problem from a mile away, and that was in fact true. His uncanny ability to hear toilet clogs earned him a television show reputation as the perfect-eared plumber. This show was canceled after 2 years because it was realized nobody had ears. Furious, the janitor leapt off a bridge. Mr. Calm. Favorite thing, math. Being forgetful. Mr. Calm was never a very smart person. After the first Riddle School game, he learned about how small the percentage of drinkable water on the planet there was. He decided right then and there to never to drink anything again. The end. Miss Coffee, favorite thing coffee, being corrected. Miss Coffee was never a very smart person. She told Mr. Calm that nearly all of the world's water was drinkable. But then she realized she only drank coffee and wasn't really sure how much straight up water was drinkable. So she went to the beach because there's lots of water in the ocean and she drank as much as she possibly could. The end. Miss Green, favorite thing coffee, cleaning after cows. Miss Green once drank 99 cups of coffee. On the 100th cup, she died of caffeine overdose. Yelling people. Elementary school teacher. This teacher was screamed at a school student so loudly that the walls of the room she was in collapsed around her. Nobody knew what to put on her tombstone because nobody knew her name. favorite thing in English is his own name. Mr. Oboe was getting ready to sit down one night at a school play about knights and horses. He was told before the show to hold a sword, which was one of the props. It wasn't a real sword, but ironically, he still died from it because the sword was made of allergy medicine, and Mr. Oboe was horribly allergic to that. Greg Sleep, favorite thing sleep, nightmares. Greg Sleep was asleep for 18 of the first 20 years of his lives. One day he woke up and realized how much he aged, and after panicking, decided to move on. He got a driver's license, was on his way to the grocery store, and had a fatal wreck sleeping at the wheel. Female sleep, being awake. She once got married and had a son named Greg. Eventually she died sleeping, walking off a cliff. Gardening. Getting around. Mr. Sun was a math teacher for his entire life. He was gardening on the roof of a building when was suddenly mugged by a bear, who ate him 30 minutes later. Mr. Soggy, being able to see, not being able to see. Mr. Soggy simply couldn't find his glasses, so was on his way to get new glasses and got in a fatal car wreck because he couldn't see. So basically you're saying Phil killed him. A male, being able to read loud people. Mr. Reed was reading a comic book in the Riddle High School library. He was reading the words, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," when he got a nasty paper cut and lost every inch of blood in his body. Miss Flask, female, inventing false alarms. Mrs. Flask invented a flying chair and discovered there's no air in space. Miss Count, female, anything but monkeys. Monkey hater Miss Count was bored at her home and decided to look for games on the internet. She found a game called Riddle School 3, which she proceeded to beat twice in a row. Not long after, she was put in an insane asylum, whispering widely something about a monkey doll curse. Female, making others smile, being called a guy. Mrs. Oddverb was very tired of people taking one look at her and thinking she was a guy, so she went berserk and set fire to a shoe store. She stole a small boat and sailed away from all civilization, never to be seen again. Mrs. Moose was at a bank, and a bank robbery suddenly took place. The robber told her to get down on the ground. She said the ground was awfully dirty, and it wouldn't be good for her new dress. She was shot multiple times, and her dress was ruined. Female, sarcasm, people who don't listen. Gender, getting in fights, losing in fights. Mr. Chestwin, former principal of Riddle Elementary, was put in prison for life because he physically beat a student's head in. Okay, important, broccoli ice cream. Mr. Counselor of Riddle Middle School was robbed of all his possession unexpectedly. Several weeks after the event, Mr. noticed he didn't have a house. He died of starvation right after that because he also apparently didn't know he had no food. Mr. Potato, favorite thing, video games, least favorite thing, real life. Mr. Potato discovered the magic of video games while Phil was in high school. He did nothing but play video games. Long after Phil left high school, he died happily right after beating a game called Riddle School 3. 6 feet under, he's still holding his favorite video game controller. Joe. Who's Joe? His favorite and least favorite not having. Oh, it was that guy in the bathroom. Joe didn't make it to college. His grades were terrible. He thought to himself, I wonder what gasoline tastes like. His will stated that he wanted to be cremated after his death. What his friends didn't know was that his stomach was still full of gasoline and it doesn't mix too well with fire. Diz. Ooh, he put Diz in there. Gender, male? Question mark? Favorite thing, nothing. Especially a foreign exchange student, Diz popped up into Riddle University a single time. After that, it was as if he completely disappeared from existence. I wonder why. Oh, Chub munch. Male, eating, not being able to move. Right after Phil's death, Chubb stopped eating for the rest of his life, simply because he got so big his cheeks covered up too much of his mouth for him to eat anything else. He was an entire century after he stopped eating because of his metabolism. It is rumored Earth's most devastating earthquakes were caused by Chubb struggling to move. Mrs. Munch, serving food, having an obese son. Mrs. Munch loved to serve food, but she felt like she served her son Chubb too much, and she didn't know what to do. She discussed her internal struggle with her husband, Mr. Munch, and he said she should just give all of Chubb's food to him. She soon realized she had a terrible husband and divorced him, feeding her son more than ever. Mr. Munch, male, murdering people. Mr. Munch was devastated by his wife's decision of divorce. Started devising a plan to take the life of every one of her friends and acquaintances. He realized he didn't know as much about his former wife as he thought he did, and the only person he could remember her talking to is a kid named Phil Egtree. He killed Phil and later died by overeating. Phil Egtree, favorite thing, logical thinking. Least favorite thing, falling in love with his. Phil only went to college because he figured it had to be better than elementary, middle, and high school. He went to the newly built Riddle University because it was local, it was cheap, and he didn't have any particular plans for the rest of his life. So it wouldn't matter what classes he took. At first, he thought this Riddle School was just like the other 3 he escaped from. Just when he considered trying to make his 4th escape, he found out it was completely different. Dang. I'll probably listen to the auto commentary by myself. You guys can probably look those up online. But yeah, it was fun to look at this stuff. Memories. I see you guys for it's either Riddle School 5 or Riddle Transfer 1. I'm not sure, but you know, we'll see. See you guys. Bye.